Hello. Today we're going to talk about workflow in Cloud Pak for Data. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is the capacity to create new data product requests. Now we'll fill this out just as an example because what we want to do is demonstrate workflow. So we won't fill out everything that's not required, but what we will do is create the initial step in a workflow. Now as we go back to Cloud Pak for Data, we want to take a look at what that looks like for an end user. You'll note in Cloud Pak for Data there's a task inbox for available users, as well as workflow and governance tooling, which will help us manage workflows in the future. This capability will enable us to create stable workflows that are prescriptive in nature, that allows us to start small and then continually build large data products via the workflow. So we just went ahead and created that, and what we're going to do very quickly is go over to our Cloud Pak for Data view, and what you'll see is now in the navigation menu I have a task inbox. In that task inbox you'll see that I've got a new data product. This is the one we just filled out. How do I determine what the next steps are? How do I determine who can approve this, accept it, reject it, and what are the next steps? Well, that's all done through the magic of workflows. So as I go over here and I scroll all the way down to workflows under administration, you'll see that I've got several workflows out of the box. So for example, if I create a data quality rule or a governance artifact, how do I manage those? In our case, we're dealing with a new data product hub request. So if I want to see an overarching status of what's going on in my platform, I can go ahead and click on task status, and you'll get a nice dashboard to see who's working on what's overdue, and who you need to talk to make sure that the job gets done on time. Going back to look at our data product hub request, we can click on this and you can see that there are triggers for this, and you can see a flowable category. Flowable is really important because that's the way we can edit these business process workflows. So you can see the configurations that we have for data product hub requests. Right now we're just dealing with the default. We can go ahead and create new ones, or we can edit the existing ones. Now, all of these are based on business process management files. So if we cancel out of this and click on workflow templates, you can see the template. You can export and import these. And what I'm going to show you is what one of these templates look like, so it can be completely customized for your environment. If we export this file and then import it into our Flowable tool, I'm going to browse for that file, select our new product, then all of a sudden we have our workflow. And this is a business process via an open source tool called Flowable. Flowable will run anywhere and outputs industry standard tooling. So you can see here a start and an end point, which you can see as displayed over here. And we can make this as simple or as complicated as we want. We can set up tasks, we can set up mail services, subtasks, boundary events. All we're doing here is we're setting up a user to request a new product, which you saw. Then that approval request gets sent to that user, who's then going to go start work on that new request. And then, from all intents and purposes, our request here is complete. Now these can get fairly significantly more complicated if you want to. For example, here is a multiple step approval and request artifact where you can see we've got ability to author it, to request different authors look at it, and then finally approve it with the correct approval. These types of documents are more in line with what you're familiar with as the traditional RACI matrix: responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our data product hub, and what you can see here again is that we've got this data product hub request workflow, and what that translates to is effectively our task inbox showing up here. I can go ahead and accept this task, and then it is then tracked in my workflow tooling, and I can see that this is in progress and I've started work.